What's up, everyone? Welcome back to not just another episode. It's the episode, the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 100. You know how special it is? We ain't doing nothing extra. It's great. And you know what's even more special about it? We got a dog shit card to talk about for this one, too.
It wasn't dog shit.
It was not great. Quite possibly the most lackluster UFC card of the year, honestly. Overall,
I'll say most lackluster pay-per-view.
That's what I meant to say. Most lackluster pay-per-view card of the year. It really wasn't good top to bottom. There was a lot of meh going on, but we did have some good things as always. So before we get into all of that, like and subscribe. We appreciate everyone that does. Let's go. UFC 302, Newark, New Jersey. Islam Makhachev defending the lightweight title, looking to secure that record with all the other lightweight great champions with 3 consecutive title defenses. He gets it done. 5th round Darce choke over Dustin the Diamond Poirier. What a fight.
That honestly was not what I was expecting.
No.
Dustin gave him a much harder fight than I thought, honestly.
Yeah, I think than what most people were expecting. Most people were kind of expecting what happened against Habib to happen in this fight, which, I mean, in the first 30 seconds, looked like it was going to happen that way.
Oh, yeah. The fight starts. Islam just right after gets him up on the cage, gets the fucking takedown, just pulls the legs out right from underneath him, barely any resistance, and part of me was just like, is this really how... Is this all it's gonna be? Like, you know, not even the cursed 3rd round fucking rear naked choke for Dustin in an undisputed title fight. He's just gonna take him down and sub him right away. Was not a good first round. I've seen Ariel Helwani said 10-8 Islam. That's absolutely insane. It's like he had the back basically for like 4 minutes of that round, but he didn't do anything with it. There was no real submission attempts or anything. So he did have I forgot the Kimura attempt in that first round.
Yes,
but they didn't credit it to him.
Which is kind of crazy. Like, me and Kay were talking about it. It's like, what the fuck does someone have to do to actually count for a submission attempt?
Yeah, that
was because it was round 2 that they credited him with the armbar attempt, and that round 3, sorry. But it was, I don't know, to me that seems like less of an attempt than the Kimura in the first round. Like, or they were on pretty equal groundings with it. But either way, I don't know what.
He had him in a Kimura. Like, it's not like it was like, you know, he just like had his grip like a Kimura grip, but wasn't really like trying to turn into it or anything. No, he was trying to crank it back in. Like, I don't know why that's not credited.
I don't know. Weird. But it was, like you said, like, walking away from it, you know, you could just say Islam winning, like, defending the title by submission. Not the most surprising thing, but it's exactly how we got there. Like you said, the first round was terrible, easily Islam's, but that second round...
The second round was very close.
Yeah, it was such a good round. Going, like, has rewatched it this morning, going back just to really, like, you know, kind of see. Because the judges, it ended in the 5th. The judges had it scored. 2 of them, 3-1 for Islam. 1 of them, 2-2, tied up going into the 5th.
And the 2 judges that had it 3-1 Islam, one of them gave Islam the second round, one of them gave him the 4th round, so...
But going back, rewatching it, I did think Dustin did enough to win the 2nd and 4th round. Definitely the 2nd round was very close. But being out in open space and being able to defend the takedowns, that made all of the difference for Dustin throughout the fight. As soon as he got backed up on the cage and let Islam get a hold of him, it was a much different story. I mean, even in late, like, as the fight started to go on, he was doing good, digging the underhooks, fighting him off, turned him around at one point, started ripping shots to the body. Like,
that was nasty.
Yeah, man. The few points when Islam kept going to that tie clinch, just disrespecting Dustin, honestly, like, as if he wasn't thinking anything was gonna come back. And that 4th round especially, when he started ripping those bodies, there was a second I was like, yo, is Islam gonna get folded up from these and go down? Like,
that was like the one time I truly thought that I was like, okay, like, Dustin might actually get it done right here, because just the rips to the body, like, that would have folded anybody. And I forgot, like, while the fight was going on, and I know we talked about it after, but, like, Islam did confirm to have gone into the fight, like, he did have staph infection. He ended up, like, missing a week of training. It was, like, 3 weeks prior to the fight that he had it. Like, I'm surprised, like, watching it was like, damn, like, you know, why is he performing like this? Normally he looks a lot stronger in there. Like he looks just like he looks like he has the ability to do a lot more in there than he did against Dustin. But then I remembered, like, yeah, he had staph infection, so that's a big part of it. Just that weight cut looks super rough. I'm sure the staph had something to do with it. I mean, they're always rough, but that just adds to it. Like, good for him for that. But yeah, it was just a much tougher fight than any of us thought.
Because, and it sucked too, because that third round that one fucking combo Islam landed, it was beautiful. He grabs the fucking tie clinch, knee up top, and then a fucking 3-2, I'm pretty sure it was, right after, all landing clean on Dustin. And right after, you saw Dustin's nose was just gushing blood, gets put up on the cage, goes for a takedown, and you just see it dripping all over. They show in the replay, as soon as they came together, nasty headbutt landed right on the nose, and then there was the knee on the outside of the right eye that caused the swelling for that. But it was just like, damn, that sucked. Was it the third round or the fourth round when he defended? I think it was the fourth round. He defended the takedown. And then instantly looks over to his corner. He's just like, I hurt my leg. And
oh, I thought that was round 5.
No, it was round 4.
Oh, you're right. It was round 4 because they still had the next round to go into, but it was just like closer to the end. Yeah. But yeah, still in round 4, that's when he cut Islam open real bad with that quick short elbow. Just followed it up with a couple punches and just dripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the sequence when he got him with the real nasty body shots, like in a row in there. But yeah, because Islam had him down, he gets up and like real time didn't even see exactly what caught him, and you just saw like as soon as they stood up, sneaky left elbow gets in there, and that was a terrible cut on Islam's face.
That shit was over an inch long. Like, it was gushing. That little quick fucking, I mean, again, didn't credit it to Dustin, but what did he go for?
The ninja choke at the end of round 4. Went for the ninja choke, just squeezing the blood out. Dustin's foot was covered in Islam's blood. Oh my god, it was terrible. Yeah, and just like when I think it was the third round when fucking might have been the second or fourth. No, it would have been the fourth round because it would have like when his nose was all busted up. Third or fourth, something like that. But when like Dustin defended the takedown and then he just fucking yelled at Islam, you know, just starts walking him down. I thought, and that was just such like a fucking like, goddamn Dustin, let's fucking go. And then the start of round 5 too. Islam's face, man, that cut, the blood dripping all the way down.
Just smeared all over too, because just kept wiping it. Like, it was honestly a very great fight.
Bro, the amount of times we just got so fucking hype when Dustin was actually putting it on Islam. Oh my god! Like, especially in that sequence when he started yelling at him, I remember just being so fucking hype.
Cause man, it just like just going into it was like, okay, like I had the fucking like the faith in Dustin that he could just put hands on Islam in a way where he could get a knockout, get the finish, get it done. But it was like, obviously in my head, it's like, I know Islam should be the favorite. I know more than likely he's gonna win. It's just my hope that he can and will get it done. Third shot at an undisputed gold. You know what I mean? And for him to just fight Islam like that, put it on him, because like that first fight with Volkanovski for Islam. That was such a rough fight. We've never seen him hurt that bad. We've never seen him in deep waters, just, that roughed up. This was easily a much tougher fight for him. Even though he got the finish in the 5th round, he went through so much adversity. And it's just one of those things, because going into it, Islam had a 13-fight winning streak. So many great legends in the UFC have gone on 13-fight winning streaks, and it ended right there. 2 people have gotten past it: Kamaru Usman, Anderson Silva. And in my head, I'm just like, I don't know if Islam's gonna be that next guy to pass it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a rough feat to do.
It is.
To go in there, fucking a crowd where every single motherfucker was against him. Clearly, it was a rough-ass weight cut, fucking going in on the scales with the shades on, not trying to show how rough that was. And, like, we talked about it afterwards when, because, like, Dustin called him motherfucker, and he was all angry.
I was just gonna bring that up, because, Dustin went to apologize, like, didn't mean any disrespect. And the way Islam sat there, sunglasses on, just didn't even respond to him, essentially. I think he looked at him like, it's okay. But, like, barely moved, just sitting there looking fucking dead. I was like, bro, this is rough for him. And that's what I meant, like, just forgetting about the staff and remembering this morning, like, oh shit, yeah, that definitely made it extra hard on him.
It's just one of those things where he getting to that level, you know, in there with Usman and Anderson Silva now, it's like he may not have all of the same names and like the same resume as both of them built up to get to that point, but only the greats are able to get it done on their worst night against the toughest competition, because this was a great night for Dustin. He put it all out there, like knowing that this could be his last one. He fought like it was his last one, really fucking went for it, and Islam still found a way to get it done by finish in the 5th round. Like, that is true championship caliber. Fucking Dana White was talking shit like afterwards, saying that like anyone thinks Islam pound for pound is like nuts and that it should be John Jones. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like I know John Jones is great. He's he's done so much. He's amazing, but it's like what Islam is doing right now in the sport and just against like the current level of competition. I don't know, man. It's like Dana saying that like, oh, he fought the best heavyweight to fucking win that title and he made it look easy. He did not fight the best heavyweight.
He fought Cyril Gane, who is 0-3 in title shots.
Yeah.
Or 0-2?
I was about to say best heavyweight?
0-2 and undisputed.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's
even
like...
then, I would have been arguing Tom Aspinall over Cyril Gane.
Well, now he won't fight Tom.
No,
but that's a different conversation.
You would, like, even at that point, like Tom and Sergey didn't have like that name recognition, but both of them were arguably at that same level as Cyril, and Francis is obviously the person that was the best heavyweight. You know what I mean? So it's like that's just not the case. Obviously, Dustin wasn't the most deserving of the title fight, but it's like no one, like, I don't know. I feel like only haters, like, no one's gonna really deny that on any given night, Dustin can knock out anyone in the world at 155 pounds. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
And it just amazing for Islam to get it done, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. And also, just real quick on the Dana White point, I saw someone, because I saw the clip on Twitter, and I saw someone tweet that saying, "I'm old enough to remember when Dana was trashing John Jones for ducking Francis." I'm like, yeah, like everyone seems to forget this, especially Dana.
Yeah,
Dana has a short memory, and we know that. So
I know,
and I mean,
it's because
in all reality, he's a promoter, so it's like he's a promoter, but he also doesn't have like that much respect or like fucking like, you know what I mean. So it's like he's gonna just say whatever the fuck to like put anyone down or whatever in that moment, and then instantly backpedal when it suits him and like whatever financial situation is going on. Like Dana has literally done that for the past 20 years. Well, you know what I mean?
It's just, that's more for like the people who like dick suck Dana for no reason.
That's not gonna stop.
You know what I mean? But... oh, it's not, but
I mean, anyway, back to Islam. Because, I mean, even going to his names and stuff, it's like, a lot of times, especially when you're a good fighter, like, sometimes it's hard to get the right matchmaking, but it's like, now that he has the title, it's like, he is racking up those names. Like, he beat Charles Oliveira for it. Like, people want to discredit the wins over Volkanovski, but it's like, Volk was pound for pound #1 for a reason. It's one weight class down, so you know what I mean? Like, I get that obviously he has the advantages, especially in fight #2, but like, you know, with fight #1, it's like, Volk is still a great name. Dustin Poirier now, like, beat Dan Hooker on the way up, who's always just been like a solid guy in the rankings, like, or has been for the past couple years, like Arman Tsarukyan in the past. You know, it's like, if he keeps doing what he's doing, man, like, you can't deny it. Like,
no, 100%.
Because the one like question with Islam that I kind of had off of this, so he ties the record, 3 title defenses, 155 pounds. Where do you think he sits as like all-time best 155ers? I know it's gonna be a little bit harder for you, like, you don't like just not knowing a lot of like the other champions.
So,
but like,
so it's 3. So it's essentially a top 4, and it's, in my opinion, I think it'd probably go Benson Henderson at 4. Probably Habib still at 1. And then I feel like you can flip-flop BJ Penn and Islam with 2 and 3. Like, I feel like they just have really close names in terms of who they beat for the championship and who they defended against. Benson Henderson has the worst, just because one of his defenses was against Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz is not the greatest name in terms of actual ability.
No, yeah, they didn't.
What?
Because in my head, just kind of thinking about it, it's like, obviously, just with bringing up the Volkanovski, like Islam's not going to get the credit for like those fights that he should. Obviously, the second one it's harder because it's short notice and everything. But in all reality, and this was just something that I saw too, in like someone replying to Dana White about like Islam not being pound for pound number one. I don't believe anyone else in the world other than Islam in back-to-back fights has broken I think it was 11 or 12 fight winning streaks, or like, because Charles was 11, I think Volkanovski was 12. Back-to-back fights, he stopped double-digit win streaks against great fighters in the sport, both of them in like the top 3 pound for pound. He has 2 wins against top 3 pound for pound fighters. No one else is doing, like, no one else has done that. Even with Khabib, like, getting the 3 title defenses against Dustin, Justin, and Conor McGregor, none of them were that highly rated when Khabib beat them. It's just...
A lot of people don't give the respect when it's due, but it's like, Volkanovski, especially in the first fight, like, that was a great win to have, and he took it in his hometown as well, like, they went to Australia. That's less time for Islam to rehydrate, which, people when you use that as an argument, like, oh, it's a weight bully. It's like, bro, everybody is cutting down to the weight that they can cut down to.
Yes.
That's simply just what it is. It's not just a specific type of fighter. It's not just specific people. Most fighters are cutting down a lot of weight and walking around at, like, you know what I mean? So with the less time to rehydrate, that obviously just favors Volkanovski, who's fighting a weight class up. And in Volk's hometown, and he was, again, number 1 pound for pound, current featherweight, or at the time, current featherweight champion. That is a great win. That's fantastic.
No, 100%.
Like, Volk, who's fought at 170, like...
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he actually started at 185, but... That's
what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure. I knew for a fact he fought at 170.
Yeah, I think he had like 1 or 2 fights. Like, wasn't there for long. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know if I would exactly put Islam at number 1 for me, but I wouldn't really argue too much against it if someone wanted to put him at number 1. You know what I mean? Like, I really do feel like him and Khabib are basically like tied number 1, the greatest 155ers to ever compete in the UFC.
And because you also mean like right now where it stands, right?
Yeah, or like what their ranking, or
no, like where, like with how the fights went, because it's like, honestly, just with the assumption that Islam is gonna fight at some point in the fall, probably October, against Armin, and I think he's gonna win and break the record. Like, I think by the end of this year, he's gonna be number 1 undeniably. Like,
100%. Also, I'm switching. I'm saying BJ Penn number 4, Benson Henderson number 3, Islam. Now that I actually looked at the names, because I forgot when BJ won it, it was a vacant title. So he won the vacant title, then beat Sean Shirk, Kenny Florian, and Diego Sanchez. In between Sean Shirk and Kevin Florian, he tried to go for double champ status, and he lost to GSP.
I gotcha. But yeah, I for sure 100%, because like obviously he already has the win over Armin, and so that's something. Even with Islam, he's like, I'm tired of rematches, so, and that's like part of the reason of him wanting to go up to 170 pounds.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not fucking him beating Volkanovski and getting forced in, like having to fight him again short notice. You know what I mean? This has been such a long period of time since they fought each other. What, it was like 2018 or something, I think, that they fought. I have Islam's record right in front. 2019. So it's like 5 years. It'll be like 5.5 years later by the time they fight, if they fight in October. Armin deserves the title shot, no doubt about it, 100%.
Yep.
That's the fight to make.
Hell yeah.
If Islam does get it done, I 100% agree with you. No doubt in my books, that's the best 155-pound fighter to ever do it.
Right, because I know Islam's talking about like, his dream is to go to 170, but I don't think that that's even realistic for this year anyway. You have Leon and Bilal fighting this summer. you have other people that are in line for it that I just think would get it before him. But
Yeah.
I just don't think that either winner is going to turn around anyway to fight him by October. You know what I mean? And I think that he's even talked about he wants to fight multiple times this year. And I think that, he's just going to take that Arman fight and he's going to get that 4th defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
And before, like, just moving on or anything, Dustin Poirier, man. Like, if this is his last fight and he does not grace the octagon again, 31 fights in the UFC across 13 years, I believe. Yeah, he January 1st, 2011 was actually his very first UFC fight.
That's crazy.
Debuts against Josh Grisby. Majority of everyone is gonna have no idea who the fuck that is, think that whatever. Josh Grisby was supposed to fight Jose Aldo for the title. Jose pulls out, and he gets UFC debuting Dustin Poirier, and Dustin beats him by unanimous decision. Absolutely incredible. Only man to this day still to have a finish in any sort of way over Max Holloway. Triangle armbar of the first round. Fought Korean Zombie, Cub Swanson, Diego Brandao, Conor McGregor, moves up to 55, Carlos Diego Ferreira, fucking what he just did to Mateusz Rebecki at 39 years old. 9 years ago, fucking Dustin knocked that dude out in the first round, made it look easy. Yancy Medeiros, Bobby Green, loses to Michael Johnson, but it's motherfucking Michael Johnson, you know?
It do be like
Jim Miller, Anthony Pettis, Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez, Max Holloway, loses to Habib, Dan Hooker, Conor McGregor twice, loses to Oliveira, only man to ever submit Michael Chandler, loses to Gaethje, first man to knock out Benoit Saint-Denis. I have a feeling he's going to hold that record for a while as well, and then loses in his 3rd title attempt to Islam. Legend. Like, you saying top 4, just like tying, you know, like the 4 champs that have tied the record for title defenses. I think you could argue he's a better 155 fighter than BJ Penn, honestly. Like, even though 100%. He's never been the undisputed champ, the amount of fucking top tier wins and former champions that he has beaten in his career, it easily gonna be in the Hall of Fame. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah,
100%. This was just based off the champs who were tied up for the record.
Oh yeah, and it's like, even without it, 0-3 in undisputed title fights, I feel like you could still argue that he's up there with some of the best champions of that weight class. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Just a fucking legend, man.
I mean, he's beat a couple of them.
Yeah,
Anthony Pettis, Eddie Alvarez, Conor McGregor.
Yeah, like it's so many fucking wins, man. Legend of the fucking game. It's so sad to think that might be his last UFC fight. It's like, I could just watch this man fight forever. I would love, like, selfishly to see him stick around for big, more money fights and to just have, like, fun fights. He's taken so much damage. He does not need to put himself through that. And like you said, he's ready to just be with his family. All credit to Dustin. Everything I just hope goes amazing for him in the rest of his life. It just, the diamond.
One of those things. What a blessing to see people like that actually fight, you know, be around for their career.
No, yeah, exactly.
Moving on, though, to the co-main event. What a drop-off. And it's just going to continue to drop off from here. Paulo Costa versus Sean Strickland. The classic pre-fight build of Sean Strickland saying that he's going to bleed and put a war on for everyone in the crowd. And then he fights his absolute best to never get punched or cut or anything throughout a 25-minute contest.
Which, like, it's always so funny to me. I don't know why people still complain. Like, bro, this is how Sean fights. Like, he's smart. I
think we're all complaining about it now because Strickland got so many sycophant MAGA fucking fans that people are like, oh, he's, you know, this extremely exciting action fighter, this, that. It's like,
he talks, you guys
like obviously just, no, exactly. And it's like, you guys obviously just got into the sport. Let's pump the brakes, because this is who he really is. He's a jab merchant.
Bro,
That's what he
like,
is.
Him and Sean O'Malley really have to switch their skill set and personality with each other. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Just make the greatest star in the UFC that you could have right now, and then just a nobody that something that nobody cares about. You know, like they just gotta switch it up, and it's like,
yeah,
yeah.
But Sean Strickland, this was a classic Sean Strickland fight. Paulo just seemed like he was worried about 25 minutes, honestly.
Yeah, he actually came out and said after the fight that, like, he's done worrying about energy, he's done worrying about conserving, conserving his energy levels, he's done worrying about time limits, he's done worrying about that shit. He's coming out to knock people's head off like he used to, because that's what he used to do. He's like, I know I have the power, but I'm just, I think about energy conservation. But I will say that I do think he had a good game plan going into it. It's just hard to fight against someone like Strickland.
Yes.
Because Paulo was so heavy on the body and the legs. He was landing big kicks, but once Sean started checking them, Paul, you could tell that.
That one check.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm getting an on-call, sorry. So as Kate was saying, the body work of Paulo Costa was absolutely incredible throughout that fight. He was being very consistent, just staying on the body the entire fight.
The body and the leg kicks.
The leg kicks.
He landed so many really good ones, and then Sean started checking them, and he had one real big reaction to a leg check.
That one was...
Yeah.
Bro, as soon as he hit that, I really thought I was about to see him step back and fucking fall down, just like the broken leg. Oh my god, that...
It was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, that was like the third one at that point that he had checked that like it was a big reaction, but that was like the worst for sure.
The biggest reaction.
Yeah, it took him a while before he threw it again, but like like I said, he definitely had a good game plan going into it because it's so hard to actually touch Sean up top. Like, Paulo landed 158 total strikes, and 28 of those were to the head, and the rest of that was to the body and legs. 84 to the body, 46 to the legs. Like, that's stupid. Smart as hell from Paulo, but just couldn't get it done sufficiently.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Because the way that Strickland fights, when he's walking forward and he's feinting the teep kick, it just looks like he's just like doing like high knees, like when I was like in cross country. That's like looks like what he's doing. Looks like he's taking the biggest steps ever.
Well, that's the thing.
Fucking reason why he's feinting them.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, people like talk about his style and stuff. Like, it's very just literally straightforward with his shots.
Yes,
but they're effective as hell. Like, Sean was also going to the body a lot. 67 of his shots went to the body. Just 36% overall. But it's like Paulo's stomach, by the end of the first round, you could see all the fucking pinpoint spots of where his toes were just touching. Like, his body was red by the end. Like, it definitely took some out of his gas tank to deal with that.
Oh, yeah. Like, it was... Both of them to go to the body was extremely smart for honestly kind of different reasons, because Sean Strickland, you know that Paulo is going to try and walk you down, throw big shots, get you out of there. Normally, you know, that's just how he goes. So it's like, he doesn't have the greatest gas tank, best cardio. Chip away at that body, just start getting him to bring his hands down lower. It's going to open up the headshots much easier, which is just showing like 36 to the body, 57% to the head was landing and able to land on Paulo to the head, where it's just opposite. Like Paulo wasn't able to land on Strickland at all to the head.
17% ended up there.
I know you said, but like it's pretty crazy that throughout 25 minutes he was able to touch Strickland to the head 28 times. Like that. Man. Strickland's defense just on a whole nother level, and it's like, it's simple what he does, throwing 1-2s and just teeps to the body all day, but he's usually taller, longer, knows how to like fight in that way to be taller and longer than his opponent,
and just puts on a constant pressure.
Exactly. It's like you can't get going, you can't do anything when you're constantly getting pushed to the belly, or if like you think that you're gonna throw a kick or whatever and his leg's already up in the air, it's like what I'm just gonna go and kick at his shin that's already in the air. It does nothing for me.
And then
you get punched, and then you get kicked, and then you get punched. Now he's like,
and then even so, you go for bigger shots, and they're just getting parried away. No, now you're open. Boom. Like
all the parries that Strickland was doing off the kicks Apollo to the body were super nice. There were a couple like just real clean ones in there. Catching them too.
That's why it's funny when he talks about his fights beforehand. It's like, bro, that's not how you fight. You're incredibly smart and defensively sound, and that's perfectly okay. But you're not a warrior, bro.
No. You're not like this God of War that you keep like presenting yourself as.
It's still funny though,
and I do. It is fun. It's just like I do feel like the fighters who have the biggest success against him are the ones who pressure him back.
Who they just don't
let Jarikus,
willing to eat a shot to land a shot and actually get through.
Exactly. Fighters that are fully confident in their power over Strickland.
Power or their chin. Like I wouldn't be surprised if
bit of both.
Because I feel like Vettori would be trying to pressure and walk him down.
Oh yeah.
Because Vettori, if he's able to like eat the shots he was eating against Jared Cannonier, he could easily walk down Strickland's.
He's gonna be getting touched the whole time. Oh my god, that is such an easy fight for Strickland. That's crazy. But just a solid Strickland performance. Gets the split decision, which
it should have been unanimous.
Paulo, if you're asking me, one judge had it 4 rounds to 1. Paulo Costa. I agree with him. Don't know which rounds he scored, but I agree.
Jimmy's talking shit. He knows damn well that that's preposterous.
1 through 4.
That's
1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's so funny, man. That's like I love Paulo, man.
Round 1, I could see it. Paulo definitely looked like decent in round 1.
I think 1 and 4 were the only ones that I were like, these could go to Paulo, maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because it's funny because like I know people were saying like 1, 2, and 5 for Paulo. And like he actually outstruck him round 2 compared to round 4 where he was 10 behind. But watching it live, it just one of those things where numbers don't entirely like tell the entire fight, because it's like round 2 was like, okay, that was Strickland's round. There was no doubt about that. And round 4 it kind of felt like it could have been Paulo's, But he was competitive, just until, like, not enough.
In round 5, honestly, until like the last like minute felt like a Paulo round. And especially the last 10 seconds when he knocked him down.
Yeah, they didn't score the knockdown, which I didn't think that they were going to score that knockdown either, because like I don't know, in my head
optically,
with watching that, I know just kind of like, oh, that's a Strickland round now, but I was like, I don't know, I still felt like the overall work throughout that round, I could have seen it going to Paulo, but
I feel like he had outdamaged him in that, and optically it looks like a knockdown. So
either way, Strickland deserved to win that fight. It's a good, solid win after losing his title. With how that fight played out, the winner of Bobby Knuckles and Khamzat Chimaev, if they win in a much more exciting, spectacular fashion, they're getting the title shot before Strickland.
Yeah.
Yep. This is something I was just talking about with Katie, and it's like, bro, because then also like in Perth, it's supposed to be what we're all expecting it to be. Izzy Dricus. If Izzy wins that fight, and then Whitaker wins, then before Perth, obviously, but if Whitaker wins and then Cannonier wins, all 3 of the people who have legitimate claims to a title shot would all be rematches.
Yeah. Okay, in that way, then Strickland gets the next title shot.
Yeah, because he's the only one with a win over Izzy, so it makes more sense to book that fight than Whitaker or Cannonier. It just kind of sucks for Whitaker and Cannonier because Whitaker has literally fought everyone in the division.
Yeah, because I I kind of wasn't even really thinking of Cannonier and Nasruddin as like a top fight for that.
No, but just in general, like
no, for sure. You definitely got to see how things play out, how that title picture plays out. Got a lot of big fights that, the winners are very deserving of a title shot. So
yeah,
no, 100%.
We're gonna see who gets the title shot and which two other people end up fighting each other for up next. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. It's like
Dana Hope and Hamzat really win that.
I know.
Throw a new name in the bucket, just throw him right into the title shot.
I'm hoping Hamzat wins that.
I'm not.
I know, but it's only because of that. Like, it's more fun in the title picture.
Yeah, just actually starts opening things up, changing names. It's like,
and if you can get over Bobby Knuckles, that's big. You know what I mean? So definitely excited to see how 185 pounds plays out.
New title names. I want Cannonier to beat Nasruddin. Fuck. Nah, fuck the new names.
Get
it off someone else.
Let's go.
Build your name off of Tori. Okay.
Moving on to not a new name at all, a household name by far at this point, motherfucking Kevin Holland. I was so sad. As soon as Kate picked this as her Tapoolgy pick, I was like, I should have gone that. I was like, I totally forgot that Michel, he doesn't get knocked out, he gets submitted. And Kevin Holland, very good. I mean, he's a good jiu-jitsu black belt, but when he actually goes to do it in MMA, a lot of times he's not that great. But, just one of those things. Easy first-round armbar over Michel Olajayshuk.
Yep.
A little bit of a controversy with, just if he tapped or not, just kind of what happened. That arm was absolutely fucked, though. And
I was going to say, I'm not going to lie, I don't think that was easy. Like, him getting into position, sure, but, he got dropped, Michel went down, and, he ended up getting the armbar, but bro had to work for that because it took Olajayshuk too long to tap. Seeing his arm pop and the way it twisted, arms aren't supposed to move like that, bro. And then it's like, they're saying that he didn't tap and they didn't count it, but right as he called it, it definitely looked like his hand was up there and went like this, like little short taps, but either way. Kevin did that.
And I know he got clipped with the big shot, they didn't count it as a knockdown kick.
Oh wait, wasn't that when he threw the kick though?
Yeah, exactly.
It was off the kick. I forgot. My bad. Never mind.
Yeah. So it was a big shot, but it's also Kevin Holland. He's specifically someone that he does have a really good chin, so he can take a shot and not actually get hurt. This dude never fights balanced as a fighter. You go into fucking striking training, and day one, they're like, you gotta stay within yourself, always stay balanced, and he's just like, no, I don't.
When I said that, I forgot about the kick, and then I was like, oh, yeah.
But he even talked about that in the post-fight press conference. He specifically told his team, because he's like, I was looking at this fight, when I fought John Phillips, when I won my first UFC fight, and I told my team then, if I get hit with a big strike, this fight's going to the ground. And he's like, I got hit with a big strike, it went to the ground, and I just subbed him.
Yeah.
Because, he was off, like he said, he was like, I wasn't really that hurt. I was just off balance. I was throwing a kick, got hit with a big shot. And, just went to work.
Yeah. And that's why, it wasn't the easiest, but, end of the day, minute 34,
When I say easy, I just meant with Michel's resistance to tapping.
Oh, yeah.
Not that, it was actually hard to get it, but just, nah, he had to work for that fucking armbar. He had to crank, he had to really try.
He was even saying that, too. He's like, I really had to work for that fucking armbar.
Yeah, my bad if that came off as,
You're good. But, yeah.
Just, man.
Gets himself the performance bonus, another $50,000 for him. Didn't mention it in the main event, that got fight of the night, and Islam got the performance bonus as well, $100,000 to Islam Makhachev, so that was very nice to see. So when we did the preview, the next fight to talk about should have been Jailton Almeida, Alexander Romanov, and then last minute, for some reason, they were like, nah, get the fuck down to the prelims, not even prelim main event, and we're bringing up Nico Price and Alex Morono to the pay-per-view main card.
Yeah.
Don't know why. They love putting their heavyweights in big spots, especially when it's going to be, some potential sloppy shit. I don't know why they did that. Nico Price, Alex Morono. It was a old man fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, it was a
sloppy, not too bad though. Like,
yeah,
still fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just kind of wasn't the best, wasn't the worst.
exactly. Nico makes it 2-0 and 1 no contest, or 1-0 and 1 no contest now against Alex Morono. It should just be 2-0, but first one no contest because he smoked a little bit of weed. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But yeah, good for Nico Price getting back on the winning track after that last fight. It was very rough against Robbie Lawler. Yep. Main card opener. I thought it was gonna be. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be just more exciting than what it was. Randy Brown, Elias Zaleski, Dos Santos wasn't too bad, but
Randy Brown broke his foot off of a checked kick in the first round, so I'm sure that slowed a lot of things down.
Yeah, I've got words about that ref though. Holy shit, that ref was bad.
I forgot about that.
He was terrible. Oh my god. Never let this man ref a big fight card ever again.
Yeah,
get this man down to the fucking regionals.
He definitely seemed like this was his first spotlight or something and just wasn't sure how to act because Elias Zaleski got poked in the eye. They called it for a second and gave him no time to recover, just right back to the fight. And then the second time that he got poked in the eye, they didn't even call it. He said, keep fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
They go to these places and use local refs and judges sometimes, and 99% of the time it's never really a good idea, you know what I mean? There's occasionally some times where it doesn't really matter, but I don't know. You just always see some wacky shit with those fucking officials, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just Jesus Christ, dude. Can you, you're not going to give them any time at all? None?
Yeah,
Bro, what the fuck?
Literally in the rules now where they are allotted up to 5 minutes, and he was just like, no, it ain't. He's I want you guys to fight. Sug it up. Go. Right now. 20 seconds? Too long. Go.
I don't even think it was 20 seconds. I'd give it 3 seconds at most.
Yeah. Good old officials. But let's go. That's the pay-per-view main card. Main event, very great. Co-main, alright. You know.
Featured bout was good, but it was quick, you know.
Is what it is. The prelims,
they were pretty lackluster too, which is really disappointing because sometimes you get these big cards and it's people in the spotlight, whatever, they just end up with not the greatest main event, people just trying to play it technical. But then you get to the prelims and you have wacky fun and great fights and they were slept on, but it was just overall.
Bro,
lackluster.
I never would have thought going into this card that coming out of it, we would have had a better striking fight between Basil Hafez and Mickey Gall over Roman Kapilov and Cesar Almeida.
Yeah.
Roman and Cesar, I don't know if I jinxed it. I feel like I did because I was just the one fight where I'm pretty confident where you got two high-level kickboxers that they're just actually going to strike it out. Roman was like, nah.
Nah.
Dude looked like a D1 wrestler out there with some blast double legs. Every time he touched the fucking legs of Almeida, his shits went right up in the air, ass to the mat. Nothing for it. It was terrible to watch. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Because it's Roman did really good in the grappling against Fluffy, but that's defensive grappling, an entirely different skill set than offensive.
Should have kind of expected it. It is different, but he's also Russian. They do a lot of sambo out there and stuff, so
I guess it's
been a bit more expected.
It's just that he's never won by sub. All of his fights, he's literally gone to a decision twice. He won one, he lost one. Everything else, he's just been knocking people the fuck out in some way or some fashion.
I think he got a total of 2 takedowns in all of his prior UFC fights leading into this one.
Yeah, it just wasn't very expected because he never shows that offensive wrestling. That was never his thing. I mean, it makes sense when you have a kickboxer, and I guess if you have the ability to do it and this guy has 0, you know what I mean? It won him the decision, but...
Yeah, he took down Punahele Soriano once and Albert Duraev once. Took down Cesar Almeida 5 times. 15 minutes.
Yep, Kapilov is a 5-time world champion in hand-to-hand combat sambo.
I mean, so I guess I guess could have seen it
His
coming
MMA
more,
idol is Fedor Emelianenko. Who'd have guessed that?
That's really funny. But yeah, that just was not the fight that I was expecting at all. Roman did score a knockdown in the first round, so that was good for him. But just split decision for Roman. Cesar Almeida won that fight, right?
No.
My Brazilian boys, right?
Again, another split decision. That's just crazy.
Bro, my Brazilian boys were so close to robbing their opponent on the judges' scorecards tonight. Okay, come on.
They were.
Too close.
The
fact that the last card also read 49-46 for Strickland, when he said the 49-46, I'm like, I swear to God.
Yeah.
This is also for Paulo.
That would have been so terrible. Jailton Almeida, Alexander Romanov. Romanov came in 265 pounds. That wasn't a good sign, and boy, did it play out that way. One takedown, just easy work for Jailton.
Yeah.
It's funny because we were all like, oh, he might strike in this one, and front kick to the body. Front kick to the body. Blast double.
Yeah.
He changed it up. He did 2 front kicks.
I know, because that was the thing. He threw the first one, then he threw it again real quick, and he just was really looking like he was gonna strike with him with his posture. And I was just like, "Are we gonna?" And then right in, I was like, "Oh
yeah." Those were the only 2 strikes thrown.
Yep.
He landed a total of 2 strikes.
Got the RNC.
Romanov
literally
won.
Hey, it's
that was funny. That's just fun. Again, Almeida does the same thing every time he starts a front kick to the body, double leg. This time he doubled up, but still front kick to the body, front kick to the body, blast double. Every time.
Romanov definitely wasn't the guy to be like, oh, I could just counter or do something about that, but I thought he would be at least a bit more I guess
his defensive grappling a bit more sound.
In all reality, I should have seen that coming and not being a thing at all. Thinking about that, Jailton did take down Curtis Blades 9 times, yes. I'm pretty sure it was in the first round, who it's weighs in a little bit less than fucking Fat Boy Romanov, but that's a lot of muscle on that, and he's much more capable person to move his body in ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Capable striker, more capable defensive grappler.
Yeah.
Overall. Just more capable fighter overall.
Yeah, either way, once I saw him on the scales, I was like, nope.
Nah.
Yeah, I still picked Jailton, but I was just hoping for more from Romanov,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He came in with a lot of hype too.
Yeah.
And then he lost to Tybura and then Fat Boy.
Yeah. Everything else below that really wasn't much worth talking about. Basile Hafez, Mickey Gall. Hafez got the win, but
made Mickey Gall look like a very, very competent striker.
Yeah, that was...
It was fun.
It was, but it's in terms of his career in the UFC, I'm just man, I don't know how. That's rough.
I kind of agree with what you're saying on the night of he's gonna win this one and then lose his next 3. And I could easily see that.
Very possible. But he had a great post-fight speech, so let's hope that he does very good, right? Let's go.
Yeah, dog.
Yes, let's go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, the only other thing I was going to talk about was potentially
bro, I knew Perez Edwards was going to be shit. It was too long since their beef for this fight to actually happen, and it sucked.
Yeah.
But the one real funny thing I would say about it afterwards is that Eileen Perez does, just starts twerking, doing whatever, goes over to Jocelyn Edwards, just being all nice to her, and then she's trying to get her to twerk with her, and, it looked like Edwards was leave me alone, bro. She just all said she lost the fight. Eileen's
I'm not trying to shake my ass, no.
She's let's dance together, come on, aren't you happy?
You just buried the hatchet, you're about to make a new hatchet, what the fuck?
Yeah, very fun. Not really, but let's go.
Liam missed weight by 4 pounds. That was fun.
Yeah. Gets fucking
gets bit in his last fight and just decides, all right, I'm gonna miss weight and I'm gonna poke my opponent in the eye 3 times.
Yep.
Very nice.
Very nice. But yeah, that's the card. Not the longest card. 12 fights. UFC 302. Let's fucking go. Tapoolgy wasn't the greatest night overall, but not too bad. Me and Kate tying. Yeah. Number 1 spot for us. Ginger coming in 3rd. Let's go. We all got 8 total picks right, but just different things around. I got 4 decisions. And 2 semi-perfects. That's all.
Yeah, I got 2 decisions. 1 perfect, 2 semi-perfects.
8 right. What? 1 semi, 1 decision.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Let's go, Kevin Holland.
Yeah, I don't know why I put Giles and Almeida 3rd round sub. I thought it would take longer. It didn't take long at all. Very sad.
I don't know why I went Morono.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that, honestly. Morono decision, I felt like, was very reasonable. You went that right on that.
I feel like Phil...
I think
we all had Phil Rowe, right?
Huh?
We all had Phil Rowe?
Yeah. But that's Tapoolgy. Is what it is. Another week on top, me and Kate tying, so that's always fun. I always take that, me and Kate tying, and then Ginger coming in last.
Hell yeah.
Best result. Let's see how many weeks in a row we could get that going, you know? We got to strategically make our picks and like what we think's going to happen, and then pick things we think are going to be wrong so we could try and, you know, do our best. It'd be really funny if we could start doing that. Let's go. Draft. Me and Kate only had 1 fighter fighting on this card. Ginger had none, but me and Kate both get wins. I had Giles and Almeida. Let's go.
I had Islam.
Yeah. Total draft records right now. There's actually, it was halfway through the year exactly. Me, first place, 10-5 record. Kate in second, 8-6 record. Ginger last, 6-9 record. Very nice. I mean, to at least be in last, that's the best record you could have, you know?
Yeah.
6 wins, 9 losses. Who do you regret picking the most?
Who do I regret picking the most right now?
Is it Manel Cop?
It's still Jalen Turner.
Yeah, I feel you.
He should have, mainly because he should have fucking won.
He really should.
He should have just... And then he came out with the dumbest excuse of, I remember the backlash I got from the Bobby Green fight. The backlash wasn't on you, it was on the ref! Oh, this is so... That was stupid. I just pissed myself off remembering that fucking fight.
Yeah. Let's go. But that's the draft. Not much going on right now. I don't even know who we got coming up close or anything at all. I don't know. But we'll be talking about that as that's going on, you know? But that's going to be it for this one. Not the longest podcast, but, you know, 302 wasn't the greatest card. There's no crazy shit going on. There was no other... Or we did have some boxing. Deontay Wilder got knocked the fuck out. That was kind of crazy, so, you know?
Yeah, we didn't get to see that one live.
Yeah, but I mean, Big Bang. He said he's going to go in there and bang everything, and he got it done in the fist. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I hope everyone enjoyed this one. If you did, like and subscribe. We will catch you on the preview to... You know what it is, Ginger.
Canonarium Evolve.
Yeah.
UFC Louisville.
Yeah, Ginger's going to be there live. Let's go. Peace out, everyone.